In today's class, we are going to see about theory of constructivism. Vygotsky, Piaget, Brunner, Ausubel proposed the theory of constructivism. Learning in constructivism is interpreted as a process in which the learner examines every information he receives using his personal experience to make sense out of it, internalize it, and integrate it with his cognitive structure. And in the next heading, we'll see about meaning of knowledge construction. A person, on getting new information from the environment, process it in the light of his already existing knowledge or cognitive structure and make sense out of it that is meaningful, and finally register it in the mind as memory that is called as subjective representation. This process of assimilation and integration of new information with one's already existing knowledge is called knowledge construction. So, under knowledge construction, we'll see about what is the role of the teacher. Teacher acts as a cognitive guide, help the students to meaningfully interact with the environment, and helps in understanding learners' activities such as understanding information or experiences, organizing and interacting them. Learning activities in constructive settings are characterized by active engagement, inquiry, problem solving, and collaboration with others. The teacher will act as a guide, facilitator, and co-explorer. There are two kinds of approaches in constructivism. One is called as psychological constructivism, and the next one is called as social constructivism. The first approach was advocated by Piaget and Brunner. And the second approach was advocated by the Russian psychologist Vygotsky. Two important issues that find places in the two approaches are extent of influence of social environment in one's cognitive development and the education of social transformation. And next thing is we are going to see about definition provided for constructivism. According to Kenelia and Rafe, 1946, constructivism is an epistemology. The meaning for epistemology is nothing but a branch of knowledge, learning or making meaning theory that offers an explanation of nature of knowledge and how human learns. According to Kroll and Bosky in 1996, knowledge is acquired through involvement in the content instead of imitation or repetition. According to Wolfe and Macmillan in 1996, constructivism is primarily a learning theory and not a theory of teaching. And in the next comes the nature of the constructivist learner, and under which there are two definitions. The definitions which was given by Cunningham and Duffy is a common definition which we saw in the constructivism. Acquiring knowledge is not acquisition of information. It is a process of knowledge construction which involves examining the received information using one's own experiences and understanding the meaning and transforming them as knowledge. Teaching is helping the students to construct their knowledge. And another scientist, Jerome Bronner, said learning is an active process. In this, the learner, with the help of the present and previous knowledge, understand new ideas. Learner is fully responsible for his or her learning. Learner interacts with the learning material, and active participation of the learner in activities are emphasized. Learner's motivation is a must. As Van Glaserfield states, only those who have confidence in the ability to learn are motivated to involve in learning activities. Learners get involved actively. As learners himself involved in learning activities, he gets direct experiences and understands the meaning of what are learned correctly. Learning activities include interaction with teachers and students, or working with others, which can be otherwise called as collaboration, and getting answers through inquiry and reflecting upon experiences. And the fourth characteristics of the constructivist learner is nothing but collaborating peers with learning activities. It is necessary for the students to collaborate with others and share one's experience to know possible interpretations from different angles. And the next one is adopting enquiry approach. The students will interact themselves in the activities such as questioning, approaching a variety of sources for solution, critically analyzing the information received, etc. is necessary for the students to have the ability to solve the problems with the help of others. And the last one is reflecting on learners' experience, reflecting thinking, the ability to think logically and select the appropriate learning activity and integrate them with one's existing knowledge leads to true learning. So far we have seen about the introduction for constructivism as well as definitions for constructivism and the nature of a constructivist learner.